How's it going, guys? Double Wide 6, and today I'm going to be working on a tractor. It's kind of an older tractor that's in really good shape, but it has a mouse nest and has a few issues. So I'm just going to go through it and get it all fixed up. Just a side note, this oil I've been getting, this is Mobile Super Synthetic Motor Oil Blend. And it comes in different grades, obviously. But anyhow, I'm getting it from this Rock Auto. And you can get the 5-quart bottle of this thing for about $8, which is a really good deal. And I think it's really good oil. And I just thought I'd pass that on. You can see I buy a large quantity. But anyhow, it's a good deal. Even though you have to pay the shipping, it's still cheaper than getting it somewhere else. And it's good quality oil. Got a bunch of mowers here today, so all these are ready to go. Just got the snow blower, which is kind of interesting. The wheels are locked in gear, so it just drives away from you. So I didn't even take a look at that. That little Craftsman. Zero turn has a transmission issue. I got to get that jacked up. I got one of these Time Savers, Toro. Looks like a pretty good machine. The only thing I don't like about it is this engine that they use on these things. Toro, guaranteed to start 8.75. It's just kind of a cheap engine for an expensive mower, but the cut's great, and you know, they're pretty nice. They probably make them with better engines if you want to pay a little more. And this one here is just a customer machine. And this weed whacker's free. Any takers? A free weed whacker. So here's what we're working on. It's out here. Here it is, the AGCO Alice 1614. I just recently had one of these. It was green. It said Duke's Alice on it. It's the exact same tractor. I think it's like a Simplicity Broadband or Broadmoor, same thing. But the nice things about this tractor has electric PTO, a really heavy duty transmission. They come with the roller, a heavy duty deck roller, and also deck adjustment. And the issue with this one is there has been some critters in here, so we're gonna kind of go through and clean it up. The other selling point for this, I got this from my guy that hooks me up with tractors. He said it had a good battery, so you know, a lot of times I got to buy batteries for them, and that puts me back a few bucks. But this should just need a cleanup. They said there's some issue with the you know, basically mice, but the coil on this has been chewed through a little bit, so I'm going to take a look at that, hoping I can shrink wrap it. There's the back of the mower, and also the decks on these are really heavy duty. I think they're like a 12 gauge deck, and you can see more mice nest. So I think we'll take you guys for a power washing and spray this thing off and get it looking good, and then we'll bring it in the shop and pull the cover and clean it up, and then I'll probably power wash it again. Yeah, many of the newer, cheaper tractors, a lot of the Husqvarnas, Craftsman, you can't unplug a plug to get to the lights. You need to undo the lights up here. So it's just a cheaper design that they're kind of doing with these things. So I'm going to pop off this clip and we'll take off the hood. So we know that there were some mice in here. I didn't see any jump out when we were power washing it. So what we want to do is clean off the cooling fins on here. We'll start by getting off this air filter. And I'm noticing 2 broken bolts already. So we'll probably try and fix them. If it was 1 bolt, I might just let it go. At least it's not a pull start. This is an electric start machine. Okay. So this rectifier is a ground cable, which they won't work incidentally if you don't have a ground on them. So we'll pop that off. This bolt and this bolt are already broken. So we'll pop these off. Hopefully they don't break. I should probably be using a hand ratchet. Let's hit them light. A lot of rust. There we go. So here's the nest. And looks like I could see who lived in here. There he is, poor little guy. I'm going to cover up this carburetor before I get that all dirty. These engines are air-cooled, guys, and if you get all this packed up in here, your engine's never going to cool properly. So I'm going to try and loosen this up, and then we'll blow it out and then we will pressure wash it. So I just wanted to show you guys something pretty interesting. Look at all that pitting. What that is rust, oxidation from that mouse nest. That mouse urine is almost like throwing salt on your engine. And luckily there's no holes or anything in the engine, but definitely some exterior wear. Even this fin here is all but worn away. So the easiest way to get this thing out of here is going to be to weld. So we're going to start just by cleaning this up a little bit. I put a glove here because of the air filter. So the best way to do this, the bolt's flush. I'm going to add a little nipple to it, and then I'm going to weld on a washer, then I'm going to weld on a nut. And I'm going to have high heat, because that'll help loosen it up. Now we have our washer. So set that there. I'm going to spray a little bit of penetrant on here. Now we're going to put on our nut. And while it's hot, we're going to pull the bolt. Back and forth. Fell off. We're going to have to try another nut. Alright guys, it's the next day, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about drilling out some of the holes. The rust on this tractor from all that mouse piss was pretty bad. So I wasn't able to get this bolt out, and I didn't want to try and drill it because this is really thin metal here. I was worried about breaking the thing off. So an easy solution I did is I moved away from the bolt where the bolt was stuck in there and broken off. I backed up a little bit and just drilled a hole through here and through the aluminum as well down below. And I took some baling wire, mechanics wire, and just twisted it off. It's easy to just snip and do that again. And I think this is a pretty good fix slash hack or whatever for this type of issue on these engines, because like I said, you can easily replace that if you need to pull the cover off, and it is going to serve the purpose and hold it. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I am going to make a separate video that I'm kind of putting together on drilling out some of these bolts. And also I ended up having some problems with the ignition coil on this unit. I couldn't get those bolts out, so that became a whole fiasco. It required a separate video. So the kill wire here, the insulation's chewed up, so I'm just going to heat shrink that, put a new terminal end on. You could use electrical tape, but electrical tape isn't really good where it's going to be hot. I'm going to have to do these one at a time so I can daisy chain them together. It's a little hot and stretchy right now. Looks like a good fit. So we'll crimp that and then shrink it. These are waterproof connectors too. Real nice. So the next thing I'm noticing is that we're missing our boot, and this looks like it's really in there on that spark plug. I'm hoping this doesn't rip or break. Got it. And shrink wrap that. And this is an old breather tube I just put on there. Better than nothing. So we're going to start putting this back together. I heard it tapping a little bit right here. So we're going to have to back this up just a hair. Might have to widen that hole. So I'm going to quick do that. This is the side that's hitting. So I think we're just going to take a little bit off. I got about 1/8 of an inch to that like D up there. So we'll take off. I could take off up to a 1/16. Not hitting now. Well guys, I'm Double Wide 6 and I appreciate you watching the video, liking and commenting. This tractor is actually a pretty nice tractor. It's a lot better than you know, some of the $2,000 tractors you can buy today. It really seems like it's running nice and it's very heavily built. So it's a good tractor for residential homeowner type use, and it should hold up for a number of years. It's already held up for probably close to 20 years already. So anyhow guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Take care.